to the 26-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. 51 yards.
First down, Detroit.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
You think you won't get this? You think you won't get this? That's so us. That's so us. That's so us. That's so us. That's so us.
A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Check safety. Check safety.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Easy work. It's easy work.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
And it brings up 3rd down.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Matthew Ioannidis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And this one is right down the middle. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check. 40's Mike. 40's a Mike. 40's a Mike. Ready?
Now the second-year back from LSU, it's Darius Geis. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. This is Geis.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd down.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's put it to
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let him know.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Completes it right side to Dodson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now it's Haskins. It's brought in by Dodson. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time
pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. They go play action with Haskins. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jordan Reed, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins have taken the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
That's the end of the first quarter.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out.
Blue 60. Go. Easy alert. 56 to Mark, boy. 56. Check 56.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. He jumps over it. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Back to the ground on first. It's Geis. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Geis. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A dime look defensively for the Lions on 3rd. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have back on their heels.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And it's 3rd down.
And counting the defense here, the Redskins have 6 defensive backs out there. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for Detroit. 45 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
It's second down.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Slip, 7. Hurry.
56. Mike's 56. He can't hang. He's not.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
180.
56. Let's go, baby. Turn up. Get that ball. Get that ball.
56. Mike, 50.
Third and long. It's Stafford. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 16.
First down, Lions.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
152 fighter.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
40 got. 40 got. Monday.
Stafford on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on second down. Stafford, and that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A 14-yard touchdown. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
In a tie game, both sides are looking for something to give them an advantage. It often falls back on special teams. And that return, that could be the spark to untie the game.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. He gets it in the hands of Geis. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. 3rd down, here's Geis. And he's got this down to the 35. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action now. Haskins. His throw caught right around the 6. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
First down. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Right there. Hold his mic. Ricky.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
On the draw, they go to Geis. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. On the ground, Geis. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. So we have reached halftime here at a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. From midfield now, Haskins. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Haskins on 3rd down. And he finds McLaurin. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
All day, every day.
Geis. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out that heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
At the 13-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Crunch time, defense.
Play action. Haskins to the end zone, but it's incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, and it's 3rd and 5. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. And with the play clock winding down, Jay Gruden's going to use a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. Over 30 yards there. And first downs on 3 consecutive plays now.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Please don't grab it. 32.
From the red zone now, Stafford looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the three-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now a handoff. Geis going right. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup. First down. We have played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On play action, Haskins. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Haskins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Geis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. Now a run with Geis. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On the ground, it's Geis. Rashawn Melvin in on the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Here's Haskins. That is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Check me out.
From the gun, it's Haskins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
After the interception, here's Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. Johnson. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st.
Blue 60! I got you, son.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. He's going to look. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
2nd and 6 at the 12-yard line.
Let's go now. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 40-yard line.
Let's go. Pittsburgh. 65. 65. 65. Run it.
The Redskins, they can smell victory now. They take a knee. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Redskins, the win is their 8th on the year, and they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at noon Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.